Boom! What's going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Mike from the Nothing But Niners crew, and we are here for the Week 4 edition of Behind Enemy Lines. Before I introduce who our special guest is, I want to thank you all for taking this time and watching this video for us. If this is your first time here joining us on YouTube, make sure you click that subscribe button, okay? If you like what you see, you can even click the like button. But more importantly is a subscription with that little bell. That way you get all the notifications that every time we go live, every time we drop a video, even if it's not live, you'll know exactly when it's available for you to see. You're not going to want to miss it. We have a lot of good things coming for you guys this year, so make sure you are subscribed. In addition to that, you guys can check out the website. That is www.nothingbutniners.com. There you're going to see a bunch of articles. I just dropped a very long one myself. All right, so you guys make sure you check that out also, all right? We have a bunch of great writers over there. Stefan is killing it this week with the breaking news. He is putting things out faster than I even consider it being breaking news. So we have a good crew of writers over there bringing you guys some excellent information. Make sure you guys check that out. They all have their own bio pages, and you can even, if you don't like my writing, that's fine. If you love Stefan's writing, you can click his name and see everything that he's ever written for us. So we make it very easy for you guys over there on that website. In addition to that, the website is going to lead you to all of our different social media platforms. We have Snapchat and we have Twitter. Both of those handles are Nothing But Nine, ERS. We have Instagram and we have Facebook. Both of those handles are spelled out all the way, Nothing But Niners. It's spelled out, spaces in between. Very simple to find. The Facebook community is growing the fastest I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what's going on over there. I thought YouTube was a thing. Apparently it's Facebook. So guys, if you're missing out on talking 49ers with a community of good people, Facebook is the way to go. I promise you that. All right. So that's enough about me. With no further ado, I want to introduce our enemy for the day, the person behind the lines for us. Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to Shelby of
What's
49.
up?
She is the Chargers fangirl. How are you, Shelby?
I am doing amazing. How are you doing? I'm so excited.
So far, so good. Thank you so much for joining. I always say it on the air. I really appreciate you taking the time out to speak with us today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Why on earth are you the Chargers fangirl? Of all the good football
No.
teams out there, why the Chargers?
Well, the Chargers. So I grew up in Southern California, and my family has always been so huge into football. It was like every Sunday we were all sitting down there watching football together. And so I just grew a love for the game. And being from Southern California, San Diego Chargers at the time were our closest team. And, living in Orange County, I'm actually pretty happy that they're here now a little bit closer to home. And yeah, so they've been my team and I've stayed loyal to them through and through. And I just love my Chargers.
I am not mad at that at all. It's better than my story. At least it's a local team, and you decide to attach yourself to them. I am on the East Coast. I became a fan out of pity. All right. I was really young. I was like 6 years old or so. There was a playoff game. My mom is a huge Cowboys fan. My dad is a huge Giant fan. I don't remember who they were playing. I know it was the 49ers and one of those two teams. And everybody in the house was going for the other team. And I'm like, you guys are being mean. That's not nice. You're going to hurt their feelings. Somebody should cheer for that team. And my mom was like, well, if you like them so much, you be a 49ers fan.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I've been riding with them ever since. So my wife probably hates how much of a fan I am of this team, but it is what it is. And I am happy with my decision. I promise you that. So let's go ahead and get down to the nitty gritty. We have a tough matchup coming up. So for the 49er fans out there, yes, Jimmy Garoppolo is done for the season. The Chargers are catching a break there. No pun intended. That was not meant to come out that way.
Oh, no.
But Jimmy Garoppolo is gone. Richard Sherman is also gone. We have an uphill battle. So I want to throw it to Shelby. The floor is yours to talk about the strengths of your team. Now, I'm going to throw a little hint in there. This guy that you guys drafted last year seems to be having his breakout moment. So tell us a little bit about some of the strengths of your team and that wide receiver over there, Mike Williams.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike Williams had an incredible game last week, especially with those 2 touchdowns. I mean, he is just really breaking through and kind of finding his niche there and his glue with our team. And so that's been incredible to see. I think there's been a lot of really good things offensively that we've seen this year, starting with Phillip Rivers. I mean, this guy is incredible. There's no doubt about it. He plays like a veteran. He is a veteran. I mean, despite all the adversities that are continuously thrown at this guy, he just continues to push through and he plays so well, almost to the point where I'm like, this guy doesn't get nearly enough credit for all of the things that he does. And I'm talking about last year was a Pro Bowl year for him. And I'm looking at these 3 games, comparing them to last year's first 3 games. And honestly, I think he's playing better. So he's been absolutely incredible. Something else that's been a little bit different for us this season is we have a little bit more balance in our passing and our run game. Last year, Coach Lynn was new to the team, and there was no doubt about the fact that he wanted to get that ball moving on the ground. And I think that that kind of put us playing piggyback, or I mean catch up in some of these games. You know, we started off and we're just keep trying to catch up the rest of the game. So I think this season already we've kind of seen that balance playing out. One person where we really see the Chargers utilizing a lot is Melvin Gordon. We figured out how to utilize this guy. He is so, so incredible. And I love that we're finding out, you know, just how to use him. He's shown us that he's really good on the outside, and we're utilizing that and we're playing off of that. So that's something that I've absolutely loved seeing some of our strengths on offense. One more thing, and I can't talk about this guy quite enough, is rookie. Well, actually, I'm sorry. He's not a rookie, and he definitely doesn't play like a rookie. It's Austin Eckler. He is a second year, undrafted out of some school in Colorado y'all probably have not even heard of. This guy, I mean, talking about defying the odds, this guy does just that. He has been standing out so much this season, and I expect to see a lot more from him in the coming games and as the season kind of rolls out.
Eckler is your backup running back. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So it's funny you mentioned that. We have the league's leading rusher in Matt Breida on our team. And he also is an undrafted guy from a small school that no one knew of last year. So Matt Breida, I mean, listen, it doesn't matter. If the teams are going to get these running backs and they're going to use them the right way, if they're going to coach them up, these guys can be really, really special. You guys are seeing it this year with Eckler. We're seeing it this year with Matt Breida again, leading the entire. He's tied for first with Ezekiel Elliott, first for rushing yards this year. The 49ers have the second or third total best offense as far as rushing goes this year. So we're seeing it with these guys who are nobody's entering the NFL playing behind some people who had bigger chances and opportunities afforded to them. So it's pretty cool. And you're talking about Melvin Gordon, how he's being used this year. You're absolutely right. I have him in fantasy. I see the numbers. I'm happy with the numbers. You know, you'll always want more in fantasy football, but I see it and I appreciate it. Now, you're talking about Phillip Rivers, and let me tell you, I have this debate every single year with my family members. We're a big football family, and we get around the table and the TV and we're talking, and I always say, is Phillip Rivers the most underrated quarterback in the NFL? And then right away people say yes, but then as we start talking more, the answer changes to no because he's really, really well respected. I think everyone views Phillip Rivers as like a top 5 quarterback. He just doesn't have the hardware. He doesn't have the playoff runs consistently and things like that. And the team is always injury ridden. I mean, I feel so bad for the Chargers every year. It seems like they look like they're ready to start going well, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a bunch of injuries. So how is your team doing this year? You talked about some of the good stuff. Let's hear about some of the negative things, maybe some injuries that are lingering and things like that.
Yes. I mean, I did say it earlier. We are definitely banged up. There's no doubt about that. Talking about banged up, we're missing Bosa, and there's definitely a different dynamic on our defense without this guy. I mean, he really is influential to our defense. He made things a lot easier on Melvin Ingram and just taking some of that pressure off of him so that they could both team up together, tag team, and really get those sacks and get those numbers. And our defense is without a doubt, we are a defensive team. So without him, yeah, we've definitely seen a big difference in the game. One thing about that, though, is that I have seen our rookie Nwosu stepping up in the place of him, which has been kind of cool to see. You know, a rookie player coming out here and kind of getting the chance to show what he's made of in the absence of someone who is so influential and so key to our defense.
That is awesome. That's what you want to see from people when someone goes down, and they always talk about the next man up, but you want to see people buying into it. And I know because of all the injuries that team has sustained over the last couple of seasons that you guys have to buy into it. I mean, I feel bad. I'm not kidding at all. I'm not trying to, say pity, woe is you or anything like that. But I literally feel bad. And my team has had a slew of injuries as well. And I started the show talking about it. But here we are. Even grounds. We don't have our best quarterback. You guys don't have your best pass rusher. Some guys in your secondary missing. Some guys in our secondary missing. So how is this game going to go? That's the question that everyone wants to know. Now, if it was up to me, I would tell you right away, the 49ers are going to go in. We're going to blow out the Chargers. It's going to be easy. We're going to take over the stadium. We're going to be 49er fans everywhere. I'm just not sure that's the case. We're running out C.J. Beathard for the first time since like week 11 last year, something like that, 10 or 11. He played against the Giants. He got the win. We had a bye. Then he played against the Cowboys, and then that was the last time we saw him. So I'm just not sure if CJ Beathard is going to do well. I think he could, but that's me being the optimist that I am. What do you think are going to be the keys to victory for your team? How can the Chargers go out there and take advantage of our weak secondary? Who are the players to look out for?
Well, here's how I think it's going to go down this week. I think that our key is to really play into our strengths and to build that lead early, which is what we did against the Buffalo Bills. And I think that's what we need to do in this game as well. Start out really strong, build that strong lead, and then just wear you guys out as the game goes on. That's kind of the name to the game. I was looking forward to us going against Jimmy G. I low-key am a big Jimmy G fan. I loved what he came in and did for you guys. I know. I'm a Jimmy G fan. Sorry, Chargers. But yeah, I loved what he came in and did for you guys. I mean, you guys were looking at taking some of the eyes off of the Browns. And then this guy comes in and he just changes the game for you guys. So it was a big bummer to see him have such a bad injury. But you know what? I think that going into this game now without him, we're going to have to kind of just play off of those weaknesses that you guys are dealing with right now. But I do think that we are going to probably have to look out for Reuben Foster because he is so strong defensively. So that will be someone that we're going to try and have to avoid on offense.
You are absolutely right. Reuben Foster is back, and he's out there making his presence known early. He's breaking up passes to wide receivers. He's getting after quarterbacks. He's probably the best tackler we have on the team, and he's missed some tackles even. That's one of the things that the 49ers have to get together. They have to tackle better, and so that's something that I'm worried about. The good thing is that I don't see you guys having a ton of elusive and slick type players, not a lot of small guys. I know that they like to have big, tall receivers and things like that for Phillip Rivers and big tight ends. So I think that's going to be something that plays better into the hands of the 49ers. Hopefully we can do a little bit better tackling this game, I mean. Now, you guys are 1-2. Who are your two losses to? Because you guys lost against some pretty good competition. There's nothing to hang your head about, right?
Right. Well, we won against the Buffalo Bills. So I don't know how much that really says about us. So going into this game, it's going to be different. We're going to have to play off of that. And this is not just a team that's looked at as someone who's really incredible. This team that we're going up against right now, the 49ers, are looking as one of the weaker teams because of your injuries. So, coming off of potentially, if we win this game, 2 wins against weak teams, and then we've got losses against great teams like the Rams, that's really, really not going to say too much about our team. So we got to keep up this momentum. We got to win this game. This one is key for us. We got to win this game. And then moving forward, we got to win against some of those big key players like Kansas City and the rest of our division. So.
Absolutely. Both of us have fallen victim to the Kansas City Chiefs. And so that offense is just clicking on all cylinders right now. I mean, they put up 35 first half points on us. So that was a little bit of a scare for us. And then you guys took it now to the Rams, who a lot of people have as favorites to come out of the NFC this year and represent in the Super Bowl. So it's nothing to hang your head in shame about or anything like that. Now, here's the thing. I was trying to sit around and figure out the strengths for the 49ers and how to attack. And I was like, you know, we're familiar with that type of defense because Robert Saleh came from there and we practice against that kind of defense and everything. And I realized that everything that I was saying applies to you guys also. So this is going to be a very, very interesting game. The type of defense that you guys run and practice against is the same kind of defense that we use and we practice against. It's going to come down to whose defensive line is better. Our defensive line, we don't have that edge rusher. We don't have it that 10+ sack guy coming off of the edge, and you guys don't have yours either. And so these teams are pretty evenly matched. I think this is going to be a stress-free game for me to watch. If Jimmy Garoppolo was in there, I would be way more stressed. I would be expecting and anticipating wins. But with CJ Beathard in there, I get to sit back and enjoy this game and analyze as a true fan and not a fanatic. I'm not going to be going crazy and like, oh, I can't believe you guys did that. I'm lying. I'm going to be yelling for sure. I always yell during football games.
Oh, I'm always screaming at my TV. So my neighbors are probably like, what is going on over there? Every Sunday, never fails.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. You know, I sit outside. I have a cigar. And my mother-in-law, who lives a couple of streets over, she's like, I swear I can hear you yelling, go, go, go. You have to cut it out. Like, stop it. Stop it right now. So anyway, my point, though, is this is going to be an evenly matched game. I can see it coming down to a field goal, you know, someone winning by 3 or less points this game. I don't know what the spread is right now, so I want to ask you your final score prediction, then I'll give you mine, and then I want a bold prediction after that.
Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know if I see it coming down to a field goal. I think that's pretty confident there, but I was going to predict that we were going to take the win by at least 14. So that's pretty confident that you've got that field goal coming down to the end result. For a bold prediction, I'm going to have to go with sacking that QB. We're going to get him uncomfortable and get a few sacks on this guy just to, you know, a nice warm welcome back into QB1.
You know, you guys should not be too mean to CJ Beathard. He grew up a Chargers fan, so be kind to our quarterback, okay? This is the second year. With that being said, here's why I'm confident in CJ Beathard. All right. This is actually his second full offseason in Shanahan's offense. And anyone who's been paying attention to where Shanahan has gone, the second year is usually the best year for his quarterbacks, albeit he's not the starter, but still he's got 2 full years under his belt in the system. He should be more confident. The offensive line has improved. The 49ers should be relying on the running ability and why they have the number 2 rushing offense in the league and the rushing leader in the NFL. They should be relying on that a lot more. That should keep the defense fresh. We know how this defense plays. We should be able to manipulate your guys with our guys and our movements and motions and things like that. I am going to say that we are going to win this game. You didn't need to give me a bold prediction about sacks. Winning by 14 was pretty bold. you didn't have to pour it on anymore. I'm going to say the Niners win it by 2. I'm going to say the final score is going to be 24-26. I think both teams have defensive touchdowns. That's going to be my bold prediction. Defensive touchdowns this game by both teams. So that's going to be it for me. 24-26 in favor of the Niners. You have it a lot to a little, 34-20, maybe something crazy like that with a bunch of sacks in our quarterback. Shelby, before you get out of here, please, please, please let everybody know where they can find you. And if you're working on anything personal or with the Fangirl Sports Network, anything that you want people to know about, the floor is yours to let them know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, I'm just excited to see how this game plays out. If you guys want to follow along with me, my Instagram is Chargers FGSN, and it's the same for Twitter, Chargers FGSN, and I'm with Fangirl Sports Network. So if you're not a fan of the Chargers or the Niners, you can find any of your teams there. We have a girl for each team. So give us a follow and give us some love. We'll be on Instagram Live and talking about the game and tweeting all throughout the game. So yeah, we'll see you there on Twitter and Instagram.
Absolutely. The links are already in the bio for this video, so you guys make sure you check her out. Give her a follow over there. I'm going to follow you, and I'm going to be throwing some shade your way during the game. I tried that last week.
Do it.
Yeah, I tried it last week with Hong, and they started killing us. It was 35 to like 3 before I knew it, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should stop with the trash talk, you know?
I don't know. I think that's part of the fun in the game. I love the trash talk, which is a big reason why I love Phillip Rivers. So yeah, go ahead, throw it on me.
All right. Well, he is definitely a fiery guy. I'm going to try to bring that same energy to you in the Twitter world. My Twitter handle, for those of you who are watching, if you want to get at me, if you're a Chargers fan, feel free to throw some shade my way. I have no problems doing that and going back and forth with people. It's all fun. It's all friendly. It's all fair game to me. My Twitter handle is 49ers Mike _NF, NF as in Niner fan. All right. So if you guys want to get at me there. That is the place to find me. Shelby, thank you so much. The floor is yours. Any final words?
Awesome. Thank you so much. I think we covered it all.
All right. That's it for us, guys. Prepare for glory, anticipate pain, but always remain faithful. We're out. Peace.